Ready on your marks then? Alright people, we are about to jump in. Do remember to give all your support for Aeshmah running Onimusha, Warlords, any percent Ultimate. With that out of the way, take us out.
All right, hello everybody. As just explained, I'm going to be running some early 2000s game for you. If you've never heard of Onimusha, well, first of all, shame on you, and glad that you're sticking around trying to check this game out because it is an absolute delight. We'll be here for about an hour, and I will be able to gush about this game for quite a while. So let's just, first of all, go ahead and set our special costumes because you lovely people donated for these. So if you like pandas and sexy devils, I guess this is the run to watch for this marathon. And we'll also be running on Ultimate difficulty. Ultimate difficulty is basically something like a New Game Plus mode in the game, meaning that right from the get-go, we have a very powerful weapon. And what that does, you will see in just a moment. But with that all out of the way, why don't we go ahead and start this run in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. The one thing that you have to know about this game is I cannot skip the cutscenes. So enjoy the chaos.
If our princess is at the keep, there are two ways to get there. The western path or the northern passage.
Kaede, I'll go north. You follow them through the other way.
Understand.
Well, as you can already see, this definitely pays homage, or it doesn't pay homage. It was released in the early 2000s. As such, it has, early 2000s voice acting and storytelling, which might seem a little bit strange nowadays, but back then this was a big deal. So if you like stuff like Resident Evil and its cutscenes, you will get an absolute delight out of this one. Because it's kind of similar to this. I mean, this is basically Resident Evil, but with samurai, which is pretty cool. And since I just absolutely love these cutscenes, I will try and not talk through them. And instead, have you enjoy them.
Princess Yuki, Your Highness.
Samanosuke, it's really you. Oh, I knew that you would come to save me. I have missed you so much since you left the castle.
What?
Delightful, isn't it?
Flee while you can, you worthless bug! Useless!
No!
Pitiful humans!
Well, I guess we aren't looking so good. Basically getting a game over right at the start of the game.
Princess.
Wonderful start.
Samanosuke. Samanosuke. Wake up, Samanosuke.
Look at that adorable little panda, though. Isn't it just the cutest?
With your current power, you are not capable of destroying the demons. We will give you our powers.
In the form of a sunflower.
That has been subverted by the demons. Samanosuke, defeat and seal their souls to your right hand. What? Destroy all the demons!
So if you think anything of this is strange, remember that you guys donated for these outfits. Once again, thank you very much, because I do like them. I think the panda outfit is just one of the best things that ever happened to gaming. Very much love more games to follow suit. Literally.
Smiled upon me this day. The power of this gauntlet. I will destroy all of those monsters and save the princess.
All right, let's go ahead and do that. Let's see if we can do it under 1 hour, huh? Alright, so the general gist of this game, I kind of spoiled it a little bit already, is this kind of plays like a Resident Evil game, so if you are familiar with that video game series, you kind of know what to expect out of that. However, obviously we don't have any guns or anything when we do get a bow, that we will never see in the speedrun though, because we have the Bishamon sword. It's this large glowing weapon that we start the game out with on Ultimate specifically. If you were to play this game casually, you would have to complete quite a few ordeals before you were able to get that, because it's a very late game item and optional on top of that, because it's also the most powerful weapon in the game. And since we start Ultimate with it, well, I mean, you basically saw what I just did to those enemies, didn't you? Yes, we are that powerful. And since this is basically how this one will go, a lot of emphasis for this particular category is put onto proper movement speed, you know? Like, you have to get your turns and your runs and whatnot in order to go fast.
We are very sorry.
Because enemies won't stand much of a chance in this one.
What happened to you? They came out of nowhere and attacked us.
The keep may have also been attacked by them.
The keep is ahead of us.
So basically, this game is a panda on a rampage. And just to complete the outfit, let me actually go ahead and put on the hood. Like this. Haha! Now we are a proper fearsome beast. So let's continue into the woods. Now, one thing actually, this is the remaster of the game. Like I said before, the original released in the early 2000s. It was one of the very first PlayStation 2 games back in the day. And then in, I think it was 2018, they put out a PlayStation 4 remaster that I'm now playing on a PlayStation 5. That gives you a couple quality of life changes. One of them is that this, you know, being a Resident Evil engine type of game, you would normally have tank controls, and while you still do have them, you can alternatively use your analog stick to also control Samanosuke, the main character that we are in control of. And we actually do use both methods of controlling our character, because as you can expect with the tank controls, it is very hard to turn your character around. So whenever we have to do a lot of sharp turns, we'll use the analog stick, because it instantly flicks the character around in that direction. And when we know that we will walk for a longer time in a specific direction, we will generally use the digipad in order to do that. So if you basically see my character like spasm out and just turn around wildly, that is basically your cue to know that I have just changed control methods. Another thing that they added is the quick weapon swap. So by just pressing the R2 button, I can switch between all my melee weapons that I have accumulated until that point, which makes it so that I don't have to go to the menu and change them there, which is pretty nice because it does save a little bit of time over the course of the run, as we do have to change weapons at certain points. But yeah, other than that, we will just run around, collect certain key items in order to progress at certain points. Since this, once again, is an early 2000 game, we do actually have to go to the menu to be able to use certain items at the correct points.
Humans could be such pests?
So, you know, there is some menuing in here as well.
The princess.
Also, this guy again. This is the first boss,
Humans
Osric.
are more tasty when angry. And
So let's see how
I
this fight
haven't
goes
eaten
with the
in a
Fisherman
while.
sword. So we want for him to do an attack, so let's just bait him. There he goes. We hit him 3 times with our magic attack, and boom, first boss down.
By the hand of a human!
A pretty good fight. He instantly attacked,
It is time for
and I was able to kill him.
back to the underworld.
And coming up is basically my most favorite cutscene in the whole game. Because we will meet another demon called Guildenstern. He's like this professor, type character. So just enjoy this.
Sweet, beautiful, lovely. The dripping blood and what's this? Oh, a liver. What's that smell? Who's there? A human? How disappointing.
Face me, demon!
Who do you think you are talking to? I haven't seen one as foolish as you since that, Nobunaga.
Nobunaga?
I operated on and resurrected that pitiful Nobunaga after he was killed in Okihazuma. He then made a pact with the demons and pledged his eternal loyalty to serve us forever as our slave.
No!
Oh, yes, it is indeed true. Now, let me show you my most recent creation. Go, Ronaldo! Bite the belly of that maggot and feast upon his bloody flesh!
I just love Guildenstern's voice actor. It's so unhinged. Also, boss fight, I guess? Oh god, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Pick up the fire sword. Fire sword's good. Fire sword's good. That will probably help against that guy. So let's fight. Fight. Yeah. No. We can just run past him. He's actually just a normal enemy that you will face later on in the game a couple of times. So there is absolutely no down point in just running straight by him. So we can now go through these red groves. Now these are some things that you will see all over the game. These groves on certain doorways, and they kind of, serve as barriers to halt your progress. What you're actually supposed to do here is, first of all, get the corresponding sword orb. There are blue, red, and green. We already have the blue and the red one. And then you also need the corresponding level of the orb, which is basically your magic for that sword, in order to pass through them. So if you have level 1 magic, you can pass through 1 grove doors. If you have level 2 magic, through doors that have 2 groves, and so on and so forth.
Stop!
Also more cutscenes.
Let me go!
Quiet!
What is going on here?
Stop! Huh?
Who are you? And what do you want with that boy?
I should ask you the same thing. You are not working for Saito clan, are you? Wait. Can you be Samanosuke Akechi? Yes, you are. I cannot believe you are here of all places. I am a servant of the Oda clan. My name is Tokichiro Kinoshita.
This man will eventually conquer the world under the name Hideyoshi Toyotomi.
What is a servant of the Oda clan doing here?
Wait, first we must talk business. Tell me, Samanosuke, are you interested in serving our clan? My Lord Nobunaga Oda would welcome a great samurai like yourself.
I serve no one. My life is mine and mine alone to command.
I see. However, I will not give up yet.
Such a charming character, isn't it? Also, once again, I cannot skip any of these cutscenes because we couldn't do that back then, and we definitely cannot do them in the remaster for some reason. So yes, you do have to watch these every time you run the game. But, they're the right level of cringe in a way. They're funny.
Samanosuke, is there something you wanted to ask this young man?
Do not be afraid.
No!
Also, it's kind of a story.
You want to hurt me like
Go on.
that other samurai did.
That is not true.
Grows on you.
Please, tell me your name.
I am Yumamaru.
Imimaru, you must tell me. What did that samurai want with you?
Why should I know?
Fine, then why are you here? Who brought you here? Go after him while I look for Prince.
Now watch closely, right? Yumamaru went down this corridor. Kaede went down this corridor after Yumamaru. And now we're just gonna follow them as well. Good work splitting up, guys. That's teamwork, right? Just everybody go in the same direction. that is what you do to cover the most ground, obviously. Also, a nice thing that the Bishoman Sword does, I just explained, that we need these different magic levels to pass through those doors. However, the Bishoman Sword counts as a fully powered magic orb for all the elements. So just by having the Bishoman Sword, we can just pass through all those grove doors completely unhindered, which is pretty neat for the speedruns, definitely useful to have. So we don't actually have to stop around and grind on some souls in order to be able to pass through these doorways, making the ultimate run even faster compared to the normal any percent run.
I have been able to uncover Yumemaru's identity. He is the son of a farmer.
What?
4 years ago, his parents were killed at war. Princess Yuki found him crying alone and brought him to the castle.
I see.
Also, don't question the outfits, okay?
I also heard that Princess Yuki raised him as if he were her own brother.
So he stole his way into the castle to save Princess Yuki. Why then is Tokichiro after Yumemaru?
Something seems to be going on.
Oh no, we're trapped. Oh, that was a surprise.
Samanosuke, we must find a way out.
Yes.
Nah, let's just stay here for the rest of the evening, huh? Yeah, anyway, we have to get out of this puzzle section here, so we're just gonna hit some levers in a certain order so we can path through this corridor with both our characters. Just gonna hit this. And now I'll actually go out of my way to open this treasure chest right here, because it will give me an armor upgrade that I will put on a little bit later. You normally wouldn't pick this up during a normal speedrun of the game. It's just for a little bit more safety, and this being a marathon run, I would rather have a little bit more safety during the run, just go for world record pace, I suppose. Okay, let's see. This is another puzzle section. I actually have to pay close attention here so I don't accidentally kill off one of my characters, because that would give me a game over, which you definitely do not want during a speedrun, now would you? Okay, nicely done. This is actually the only puzzle in the game that can also be random, so the tiles on the bottom always are in a different order. Luckily enough, I had this exact same pattern during practice, so I just knew where to go. Because otherwise, it can take you a second to know which pattern you have to go through.
What happened?
But luckily, we didn't have to this time. Now, coming up is one of the most devious puzzles in the game. Like, there are a lot of people that fail this the first time around, which is going to be the sliding stone puzzle. Because you are on a time limit here. If you take too long,
I will help you.
Samanosuke will actually drown. So let's hope that we can solve this kind of quickly. Well, let me just tell you that getting this right is absolute hell. Because grabbing these one tile pieces is not fun to do. Okay, but we did it pretty quickly, so I am happy with what we achieved here. Looking good so far. Saved Samanosuke, we solved all the puzzles. Let's get out of Puzzle Alley.
We are safe now. I will go search for clues.
Fine.
Oh. Let's actually go upstairs. Then we're gonna climb down the ladder twice, so we can pick up this crest right here, and then we're just gonna all the way back up again. Put it into the door. Take the time to put on the holy armor and put on the second crest. Now, normally we'd actually see the armor reflected on the in-game model, but since we are wearing the panda suit, you can actually not see it. So normally our armor would be looking golden now.
Hey, Samanosuke! We meet again. So, have you decided to serve the Oda clan?
Move!
It is too late for the boy. And since you have learned that our Lord Nobunaga will rule the world with the demons, You should not bark up the wrong tree.
You're insane! What you are doing will lead to innocent people being used as food for the demons.
The strong will prey upon the weak. Farmers obey samurai, and humans obey demons.
You arrogant fool!
What a devious plan.
Our dark ceremony will take place soon. Princess Yuki's skull will be filled with her own blood. And when our Lord Nobunaga drinks it, the victory of the Oda clan over the Saito clan will be guaranteed! Ah! See you again, Samanosuke!
What a lovely laugh. Alright, let's continue. Enough talking. Oh, he hit me! No, why did he hit me? Oh, that wasn't planned. I normally can dodge the ninja before he's coming up, but I guess I was a little bit too late on that this time. Coming up, we have the second boss fight of the run against Marcellus. Now, Marcellus is a little bit unfair because he actually has a shield with which he can block all of my attacks, even though I do have the Bishamon sword. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to walk past him and then hit him in the back with my magic attack, which is the 360-degree attack. And I have to hit him 4 times with that, and the fight is done. So let's see. Okay, that's a good start. Can get 2 hits in. Now we're gonna bait out another attack. Come on, dude. Sadly, I have to block that. Put me away from him. Okay. There we go. Now, this might have looked fast, but, you know, since you can basically kill him in 4 attacks, basically after 2 of his attacks, and I was knocked away by 1 of his, that was actually quite slow, sadly. But still, as a reward, we do get the Senpu, or the Arashi rather, which is the 3rd element that we're going to pick up, and with that we have all the weapons that we're ever going to get in this one. All the elemental weapons, that is. And with that we can now open all the doors that we will ever need to do. Because even though the Bishamon swords counts as all the magic orb maxed, you still have to get them in the first place before the Bishamon sword can open that corresponding element. Like, for example, since we didn't have the Arashi beforehand, we weren't able to go through the green doors even though we have the Bishamon sword. But now that we have the Arashi, we can do that.
My sister, please save her.
Don't worry, you're safe now.
Please, you have to save her.
I give you my word. I will save Princess Yuki. Kaede, do you know why Princess Yuki took care of this boy? Princess Yuki was born the daughter of a feudal lord, and thus raised from an arranged marriage. She has had no freedom whatsoever. So when she meets someone else who's in need, she wants to help them. In this world, only the strong survive.
Samanosuke.
Let me tell you about the ways of the world, Yamamaru.
The world?
Okay, coming up is actually one of the cutscenes that we can skip, so we're actually going to do that. So, here we go.
There are
Cutscene
infinite
skip.
things
Woo!
we do not understand. There is beauty and freedom all around us. You owe it to yourself and everyone to see these things and then share them with the people of this country. You must help them to understand the absurdity of fighting over such small portions of land on this tiny island.
Also, the best acting in the game coming right up.
Help!
Who are you?
My name is Nui. I serve Princess Hatsu. Princess Yuki is underground. Oh!
Like, look at that timing. She just had
Alright.
just enough time to say what needs to be said and then fainted.
Kaede, we have little time.
Now, if that isn't professionalism, I don't know what
Princess
is.
Yuki. You watch over these two.
I will.
Alright, I guess it's time for us to go and head underground. Okay, just casually shooting his buddy. So basically the only thing that kept us from going underground earlier was that we didn't have all the 3 weapons. Now that we have all of them, we can open this altar right here. And since we can also quick swap our weapons, we can do this pretty easily without having to go to the menu in between, which is very nice and appreciated. And now we are in the castle underground to go and look for Princess Yuki. So let's see if you can actually go ahead and find her down here. Oh. Just gonna pass these dudes by. Oh, he got my leg, he got my leg, my bastard. A little bit of a time loss there. We'll grab the next key item. And obviously we're gonna activate a trap. Just gonna wait. Now if these things hit you, you won't immediately die, but they deal a lot of damage. So I'd rather take it just a smidge slow here in order to not get hit by them. Now we have to make it through here again. I'm just trying to absorb these souls in order to maybe get a yellow soul out of them so that I will get healed because I'm missing a bit of health there. But I'm only getting the normal red souls, which you would use to upgrade your weapons, like I said earlier. But again, since we're playing Ultimate, we actually don't have to absorb any souls. It's just that the yellow ones can replenish your health. Also, What a shock value moment, right? How dare they? I'm not playing a horror game now, am I? I mean, kinda is based on Resident Evil, so maybe it's a horror game. Who knows? Anyway, more puzzles. Middle, left, right, done. Gotta grab a key, and we are out of here again. Also, guys, let's test your perception, shall we? Because as we all know, right, Samanosuke is wearing this panda suit, okay? I mean, it's pretty clear by this point, right, that he is inside this panda suit. And he has been for the whole run. And Kaede has seen Samanosuke in the panda suit, right? Let's see if you guys are more perceptive than Kaede when our evil doppelganger shows up. Would you have been fooled by the doppelganger? Let's test this.
Now you must suffer the consequences of your actions. I am sure by now, Kaede is in trouble.
Okay, here we go. Is this Samanosuke, guys?
Samanosuke, did you find anything?
What are you doing? Let go of me!
The betrayal.
Samanosuke?
Okay, be honest, everybody. Would you have been able to differentiate between the real and the fake Samanosuke in this instance?
How dare you!
Or would you too have been knocked out by the false Samanosuke? Test your perception. And then test your might by, destroying a block of concrete or something. Anyway, now that Samanosuke has been captured, it falls to Kaede to save the world, I suppose. Because that uses samurai is somewhere in the basement. No idea where.
Yumemaru, where are you?
So, everybody, get introduced to Dying Guy.
Are you alright?
This is Dying Guy. He basically,
Monsters from West Prison.
So Dying Guy dies as he had lived. Dying. But thank you, Dying Guy, for telling us where to go and giving us this key so you can actually continue the run. So let's go to the West Prison. Because even though we went underground, we still haven't found Princess Yuki. So now that we have the key, we can actually go ahead and open this door. and get into another area. Now the thing with Kaede is there's absolutely no reason to fight enemies with her whatsoever, because unlike Samanosuke, she doesn't have the Oni Gauntlet, which means she cannot actually absorb any of the souls that these enemies would leave for us if we kill them. So, you know, you can't even gather any experience or whatnot. So even if you're just playing this casually, you're best served to just run past all the enemies with her. Even if you're not playing on ultimate difficulty. Oh, pick up the wooden gear and leave again.
Aeshmah, is this a good time to read a donation?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Well, fantastic, because we have $20 from Foxy Jiro, one of our runners yesterday.
Yo,
who says
Foxy!
$20 for the cutie running this game. I would heartily agree. That goes towards the challenge for Final Fantasy X Tidus Laugh cutscene. That's where everyone on mic has to laugh along.
Oh my god.
I bet it will be glorious. And in the polls, Hollow Knight Nailsmith Purity versus Happy Couple Purity. Very nice to see. Back to you.
That sounds absolutely awesome. Yeah, Foxy actually has 2 runs during his marathon. One was just this past evening where he was playing some Death's Door for all of you guys. And he will have a Final Fantasy X run coming up a little bit later today. So do stick around for those. Because that Final Fantasy X run is going to be awesome. Because a short while ago, the Final Fantasy X community got an update or a mod basically that lets them skip all of the cutscenes in the game. If you didn't know, previously you had to watch all of the cutscenes during a Final Fantasy X run, which amounts to I think like 5 hours or something, and they've just been able to cut that time out. So the run length is actually kind of reasonable nowadays, so more people have picked up that speedrun. So it's a kind of newish thing as far as I'm aware, so you know, just stick around for that run. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And with that, we have just, you know, acquired some more key items that we need in order to progress into the Western Prison. So we'll do a little bit of a backtracking here in order to put those things in. Also, guys, do remember, you know, we are obviously here for some fun and games, but not only that, we're also here to, you know, collect money for charities. So, Prozak, if you have anything to plug concerning that.
By all means, yes. To remind chat and everyone watching, this is in support of One Tree Planted. It's a 501 non-profit on a mission to make it simple for everyone to help the environment by planting trees. Their projects span the globe and are done in partnership with local communities and knowledgeable experts to create an impact for nature, for people, and for wildlife. Reforestation helps to rebuild forests after fires and floods. It provides jobs for social impact, and it restores biodiversity. Many projects have overlapping objectives, creating a combination of benefits that contribute to the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. You can learn more at onetreeplanted.org, and if you type !donate in chat, you can support directly. Thank you very much.
Awesome stuff, and right on time for the next cutscene. Now here's actually a nice little detail going on, because, you know, as you can see, Kaede is trying to lockpick, well, this lock. And in just a moment, she will actually trigger a trap that has been placed in the lock, which is actually something that is historically accurate that happened during these time periods in order to make the locks, well, harder to lockpick. And, you know, a tiny piece of metal will fly out and actually hit Kaede on the cheek. So do watch out for that detail coming up.
If only I could leave the castle and see the world with Samanosuke.
Princess Yuki.
I envy you.
You can go.
That is. And I watched that absolute cardboard of tissue paper that Princess Yuki uses to wipe away the blood.
Escape from this castle with Samanosuke.
Do not give up, Your Highness. I will save you.
No, you won't.
What?
You can die here alone.
Okay, with that, we probably have the worst fight in the game against this invisible demon. Now, we actually have to go ahead and kill him. You cannot run away from this fight, so it's basically the only enemy that Kaede truly has to fight. And the reason this fight is so bad is there is a quick kill method for this guy, because Kaede does have an insta-kill ability. However, it is very hard to execute, and I'm rather not trying to go for it just in case I fail and leave myself open for attacks from that guy. And since he's also invisible most of the time, it's really hard to lock onto him and to try and actually hit him, because basically he's just a little bit trolling me at the moment. Another thing to keep in mind is I do have a 4-hit attack, but I would... Oh, okay, this is getting kind of close. Oh, let's go ahead and heal here. I'd rather not have that guy kill me if I can avoid it. Because you also cannot hit him while he is invisible. There we go. Absolutely atrocious fight. But if you can just instant kill that guy with the first attack, that is phenomenal, but it is so freaking hard to do. Because the inputs, you basically have to do a counter attack against that guy, which is very hard to execute. He has to do the right attack to be even able to do it in the first place. It takes a while to execute. It's just an all-around bad time. If you can get it, great, absolutely massive time save. But most of the time, it's just safer to fight this guy, the normal way, like I just did. But in the meantime, Samanosuke has awakened once again somewhere beneath the castle. And once again, chat, I ask you, can you spot the true Samanosuke? I know, between these two guys, like, who is the real Samanosuke, people? Tell me. I mean, they look like twins, right? How can you fault Kaede for not recognizing the real Samanosuke? Ah, come on. Okay, this is another trolley fight sometimes. Okay, there we go. You only need 2 hits with your Bishoman Sword to kill Starlado. And you get a free hit at the beginning, so you only need to hit him once more. The problem is, he likes to basically turtle a lot, unless he's attacking himself. And since your attack with which you can kill him has a little bit of a wind-up time, it is very finicky to get that in. So you can lose quite a bit of time here if he just, does not allow you to get that hit in. Also, once again, I'm just absorbing some more souls to refill my health, so I don't have to go ahead and use some more medicines, because I would rather save those up for the last boss fight. Alright, just picking up some more key items here. We now have 1/2 of the Evil Crest, which will now allow us to open yet another door inside the castle, just right around the corner here. Or the Evil Plate, sorry. Now we can actually skip another cutscene once we go through this door, believe it or not. And what happened in the cutscene here is that Nui, who kidnapped Yuramaru, basically turns into a demon, and then this giant door rises out of the ground, which would lead us into the demon realm. However, this weird thing is now blocking the entrance, so we have to find a way around that to get through that door and rescue Princess Yuki and Yuramaru.
Let's separate and find a way.
So now begins the great hunt for whatever we need in order to, destroy that barrier and pass through that door. So I'm actually going to do a little bit... Oh, hello! Somebody is aggressive today. Excuse me, people? Why are you so aggressive today? We're going to do a little bit of backtracking here with Samanosuke. We're actually going to go to the same area that we just... hello? What's going on with everybody? We're going to the same area that we did with Kaede, because there was one door that she was not able to open up in this area. Because she cannot open the doors with these fleshy growths on them, like this one. Oh. And the door is right over here. Once again, since we have the Fisherman's Sword, we can just really open up all these doors, no problem. Just gonna pass these guys and have a look at those. Lovely dudes. I think we just, you know, kind of disturbed them during their weightlifting session or something. Oh, wee. What's your thing, that thing? Oh. They are just absolutely bodying me today. Okay. Wow. I don't think I've ever been this low health at this point. I think I will just go ahead and use one of the safety medicines that I picked up along the way. Because the enemies are angry today. Like, holy moly. I haven't seen them be this aggressive in quite a while. But yeah, now that we have the decorated sword, we will go back to the entrance of the castle and open up yet another door.
Help me!
Because obviously you need a sword like this in order to, you know, put down the stone tablet. To have access to that door. I mean, that is just how castles work, right? Just put a whole section of your castle behind a secret door, more or less. I actually do have to pick up this note because it's right on the door. Oh, no. You won't hit me today. Sorry, bud. And then we'll just continue to quickly make our way through these areas. Now, if you were to play this casually, there's actually a lot of rooms that we just pass by and don't even, you know, go ahead and pick up anything there. If you were to play this casually, you would obviously go to do that and pick up a lot of more items and stuff along the way. In order to go to the Demon Realm, for instance, where you would be able to get the Fisherman's Sword during casual play. It's like this 20-floor optional dungeon that you can get to. And it is quite a brutal experience to do that the first time around, for sure. But at the end of it, you would get the Fisherman Ocarina that you can then use in the Demon Realm once we get there to get the Fisherman's Sword. So basically, you would only ever have the Fisherman's Sword for the very last fight of the game. But yeah, once again, since this is Ultimate, we have it like right from the get-go. And we are trapped once again. Because of course we are. And things are heating up. Look at all these enemies. Whatever are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna switch over to Kaede. What a cliffhanger. And have a walk around with her. So let's see if I can get the flips going. Because you can't fight these enemies coming up. Once again, you don't want to fight with Kaede at all if you can help it. So, of course, I don't get the flip. Lovely. There we go. That's better. So you can just opt to hit these things a couple times until they fall down to the floor. Or you just flip over them, but sometimes, you know, once again, this is pretty finicky to do. If Kaede just doesn't want to do it, then you just have to hit them a couple times, and that basically has the same outcome. It just takes a little while longer. The thing is, with the flip, you basically want to hold down R1, and if you are close to the enemy, you can press up on the D-pad and attack, and Kaede does the backflip over them. But, you know, it just depends on a lot of factors. Like, you have to get the input correctly, obviously. You have to be at a certain distance to the enemy, and it's just very, very finicky to do. And you actually do have to go ahead and do the backflip if you want to get the instant kill ability with her, or the instant kill attack, against that invisible demon that I alluded to earlier. And since it's a combination of all those inputs, like I said before, it's like very hard to get that. Okay, here we last puzzle box. Left, left, middle, right, right, middle, middle. Easy as that. Get another key item out of that. Let's go a little bit back here into the previous room. Because this is the actual arrow that we want, the great arrow. And now we have to place the decorated arrow back in so we can actually get out of this room right here. So it's very crucial that we put back the decorated arrow and not the great arrow. Because as you can see how long these animations take to go through, this would waste a lot of time. Okay. Oh. Oh, shoot. Why is everybody so angry today? I'm like, holy crap. Never seen these enemies be this aggressive. What is going on? Alright, and with that, we have steered Katie to the same point where Szymanowski is at the moment. So let's see how she is able to help him out.
Watch out!
How helpful. Coming up is our next boss fight. This is Hekoba. And she's a bit of a problem because she is a flying monster. However, we do have another trick up our sleeves since this is ultimate. And what that is, we'll see in just a moment.
Mere human. But you are late. Our dark ceremony is starting. Yumomaru will be sacrificed in front of Princess Yuki.
No!
Princess Yuki cherishes Yumomaru. If he is sacrificed in front of her, her sorrow will peak, making her blood its most delicious and strongest, granting our Lord Nobunaga more power when he drinks it.
That is why you took them? You will suffer for that!
Now, my dear babies, consume that human over there at once!
Right, so we start doing this to her. Because the nice thing about Ultimate is, if you watch the green bar beneath my health, you will notice it won't decrease. Because we actually have infinite mana on Ultimate difficulty. So you can just keep doing this over and over again. Which is awesome! And there she goes. And now watch this absolute fantastic cutscene where we'll run away from explosions. Fast. While I'm still inside the building. Very smart, Katie. Very smart. Peak running ability from Szymanowski right there. Also, you know, it's a little bit of premature explosions, I think, because we're not done with the game quite yet. But things are already starting to explode. Like, what is going on?
Kaede.
Oh no.
Hang on, Kaede.
Lady isn't looking so good. So obviously, let's just put her down here without any defenses whatsoever and leave her.
Rest here for a while. This nightmare must end. Now! Princess Yuki, Onimaru, I will save you.
Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Let's do it, guys! This is the final countdown. Kinda. Final area. Close to the end. Final stretch. That is what I'm trying to say. Because we finally have the Great Bow and the Great Arrow. So we can shoot this thing. And pass it through the Demon Realm. Oh. Kinky. And we will go ahead and meet my favorite character once again, once we pass through the door. Also notice how that arrow is totally not penetrating our head right now. With that, we've finally broken the barrier and opened the way into the Demon Realm, so here we go. Favorite character coming up. Because obviously, it's this guy.
You pathetic human worm. Impressive you've come this far, but ultimately futile since your journey ends here. Only demons can enter.
About that.
You. Why don't you go back to playing with your worthless little toys? I have no time for you.
What did you say? How dare you? A mere human mock me? Fine then. It's time for you to fight my greatest creation! Come on, servants!
Oh, hey, look. It's that guy again. For some reason.
Go on, servants! Crush.
Okay, this is more or less the same fight as before. Once again, we try and bait out one of his attacks so we can get a hit of ourselves in. If he would just attack me with something, there we go. 2 hits breaks his shield. He will now get out a second sword. Now the good thing is, he is, well, way more, dangerous during this phase. However, he can't block me anymore, so we can just wail on him with 5 attacks until he dies quite pathetically. So, bye Marcellus. Gonna quickly fill up my health, and then we are on to the last chunk of the game. And this door to the right there with the fingers or whatever they are, this is where you would get the Bishoman sword during casual play if you had the Bishoman Ocarina from the demon, from the Dark Realm. But since we already have that, well, we can just make our way down this spiral staircase into the final boss room. So Prozac, if you have anything more to plug, now would be your last opportunity to do so before you finish off this run.
Fantastic, and I shall do so by reminding chat about the Pico Park local-only levels. That is a donation incentive with the cheap requirement of $50. And Pico Park will be coming pretty imminently, so you may want to get that in soon. Back to you for the final stretch of the game.
Alright, that was perfect timing because we just entered the room where the final boss fight will take place. So we actually have another cutscene that we can skip at this point. Oh, awesome, right? And after that, we are basically into the final boss fight right away. And this is our last adversary, the Lord of the Demons, Fortune Bra, as he has introduced himself. It takes about 9 hits to kill this guy. So what you want to do is you just want to hit his tail until his head comes down. And when you hit his head, that is when he will actually take damage. But obviously he has quite an array of deadly attacks that he will try to hit you with. And we can take a few hits, especially because I picked up some backup medicines along the way. But let's see how this fight goes. Okay. Just the arm swipe, the bastard. Kind of started running a little bit too early there. Yeah, that is perfect. We want to see him try to breathe fire because it has such. Nah. Didn't quite hit him there, so we have to get him down again. Sadly, I missed the gap by just a hair. Okay, another fire breath. That is absolutely fantastic. I love to see him do that. Ah, this is the worst one. This is where he grabs you and tries to breathe fire on you. This can be an instant kill if you don't mash the buttons. And we luckily get out of that. We're very low on health now, so I'd rather just use a medicine. Also guys, ever since I switched over to PlayStation 5, I've had a huge trouble mashing buttons. I don't know, that controller just really isn't done for that, I suppose. It was way easier to do, for me at least, on PlayStation 4. So if you guys have similar experiences, please let me know, so I know that I'm not the only one. And that is time! There we go! And since we finished so far on the estimate, let's just go ahead and watch the last cutscene of the run, shall we? Well, of the game, rather. Because it is awesome!
Kaede, let's get out of here!
Samusuke, I'm fine.
We cannot stay here any longer. Run!
Because, you know, only demons can enter the demon realm, right? And Samusuke has a little bit of surprise coming up here.
Forget about me! Go!
So watch closely.
Yuki, Kaede, Yume, Maru.
Because right here, yeah, some of his blood trickles on the Oni gauntlet that we got in the beginning of the game. And, surprise! We are awesome now. So this is the Oni form. Sadly, it's not part of the first game. However, you can transform into this during the other games in the series. Basically makes you invincible and able to do all kinds of cool stuff. Also watch the eyes, it's just like... just popped out right of his head. Anyway guys, this was rather, the Onimusha Any Percent Ultimate category being run by me. I do a bunch of samurai-themed speedruns all over my channel, so do give that a follow if you want to. Have a lot of fun with the rest of the marathon. I mean, we are basically only starting out. There are even more days of pure fun and madness ahead of us. We are collecting money for a good cause, so, you know, go ahead and send some money to we're able to plant some more trees on this beautiful green earth, because I think we all need some more there. And yeah, thank you for the organizers for having me. And that is all from me. I am out of here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Aeshmah, and put your GGs in chat for an absolutely fantastic run. We will be back in just a moment with 4-player Piku Park being run by Collie Monster, Pom, Evo, and Sylvie Nuki.